I'm not a travel influencer. Honestly, I'm not even an influencer. Please do not let me influence you. Unless I accidentally say something like clever, profound, then give me that credit. But don't mimic my footsteps. My path is very unpaved and it's patched together with duct tape and canceled trains and weird emotional detours. This is a personal experiment in chaos. If you're sane, I'd advise against it. But then again, none of us are as sane as we think, I've realized. I've always wanted to want the things that people want. The drive, the 5-year plan, I guess, the joy of checking things off a bucket list, but I don't. I just don't. I don't want any of the things that I should want. I carry way too many extra brain signals that I never ordered and trauma from misreading the room, all of the rooms, the whole house, actually. And so much curiosity, but it doesn't really sit still long enough to even be useful, so it just drives me mad. But you can watch. Just know that this isn't a roadmap. It's a broadcast from inside the engine of someone still trying to figure out how the machine works. Still, I'm learning. And you know what? I think that's the most beautiful thing we ever get to do. Let's start where we left off, broken and bleeding out, but politely. Because even collapse has to be managed when you're carrying a Belgian Malinois, a very, very heavy Dutch oven, bad idea, and an entire country's worth of unresolved feelings in your hands. The setting? England. The plot? Moving across it. One no-show taxi and Airbnb disappointment at a time. The character? Me. I do not feel good. Somewhere between main and background, depending on the hour or minute. It's not a fun chapter. It's probably a part in the book where you want to skim through because it's kind of uncomfortable and boring. But if you're here, then stay, because down only makes sense if there's an up. And I'm going up eventually, probably. Middle. Lie down, curl. Yes. Come. Circle. Sit. Stand. Yes. Okay, jump. That wasn't great. Hi, my name is Victoria Rose, and welcome to my channel. Right now, I am now leaving the middle of nowhere, England. Middle. Close. Yes. It's Oxo, my Mexican rescue dog. The travels continue. Intimidated, scared, yes, all of those things, but we move along. I'm up in Lincolnshire, and now I have to get back down south England to be able to properly get into Europe. The way that I'm doing this is gradual because I have a dog now and it's a lot harder to travel. If I had a house, I would really want this. So cool. The aesthetic. This is well, 60 pounds. This is also pretty cool. I like this style of things as well. This thing's kind of cool. It's a lamp. And even though I will not be furnishing my own place anytime soon, it's nice to look. But I also can appreciate life on the move as well still. Being a nomad. And owning very little because the universe or whatever wants me to be there for now to learn some more lessons. So it just gets very repetitive having to move your entire life over and over and over again. I'm not trying to complain, but like there's a lot to think about in all regards. Water to leave here in an hour. Still packing everything back up. So I kind of refuse to leave my starter, so I'm going to put it in a very small container because I'm having to throw away most of my stuff. I am bringing my Dutch oven, which is ridiculous, but I have my brother-in-law here to help me move and carry things on the train. Bread making's been really soothing to me, and there's not a lot I can hold on to right now in life. So having, you know, maybe one more month of being able to make some bread. This Airbnb has been terrible. Well, not the greatest. Number one, I've lived here for a month and they didn't have any trash for us. They just didn't get it set up. So my brother-in-law has been taking the trash out and like putting it in little trash cans around town because they didn't give us like an actual place to take the trash out. And then there's just been like the toilet was broken whenever I first got here. The Wi-Fi has been so slow. They just sent the cleaners way early and they're like, well, we need to clean now. This is the only time we can do it. And I'm like, I haven't packed. Like, stress. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to carry. And because we're taking trains, lots of trains to get down south out of northern England. I'm so frustrated today because of a lot of different reasons. The fact that I even came up to northern England, like I'm trying not to be frustrated because everything is a learning lesson. Oh my God, this has been a lesson. I just hate having stuff and traveling. I hate having traveled for something I really believed in fully that I got punished for it. Let's move on. I'm gonna like finish packing and get out of Horncastle. Angry right now. I'm so mad. It's just about survival. Well, a day in the life. Today has not gone according to plan at all. It's raining, of course, at the bus stop. Ordered an Uber yesterday, thought that since I ordered it a day before it would get there, just didn't even register. I mean, it said it had a driver yesterday and today just nothing. So there's no taxis apparently in Horncastle that are available. And then the cleaners like kicked us out early. So then we just rushed to the bus stop with all my stuff. We're like literally hauling a cast iron Dutch oven, an OXO, and lots of things. So hopefully we could get there, but I'm trying to smile because I'm angry. We're gonna take the bus. And then probably like 4 trains. You can't see all the stuff that I have. It's so much stuff, and I threw away so much stuff. You have to understand that I was trying to build a life, so I threw away most things. I know it was unnecessary for me to bring a whole cast iron thing, but my back is already hurting and we're just starting on this journey. But hey, we saved lots of money, £3 versus 60, 70. Life is really difficult whenever you're living like this, and I never wanted to do this again, and here I am doing it on the hardest level possible. But I would not have been able to do this without my brother-in-law. Like, I would not have been able to do this alone. And it we made our train.
Hello, and welcome on board this LNER Azuma to London King's Cross. We will call at Newark Northgate, Grantham, Peterborough, Stevenage.
This would be the most brutal travel day, but it's brutal. Like Shane, my brother-in-law, Shane, had to run out because Ox started trying to poop in the middle of everything. So hopefully he made it. And we're trying to catch another train. We're in London. It is exhausting. I don't recommend this for everyone. This is not, as always, I always show you the way to not do it. Very, very nearly missed this train, but we rushed on, and we're all just so exhausted. This has been chaos the whole day. Just a couple more stops. Going somewhere, I don't really know where. Okay, so that was the longest journey of my life. It's so almost dehumanizing. Like I'm beyond everything at the moment. Behind the scenes of travel, it's very exhausting and overwhelming, overstimulating, especially for someone neurodivergent and someone who's going through something and also having a very high energy dog and having all of the stuff that I own, which isn't even that much. I threw so much of it away, and just having one thing after another. I'm grateful I'm here. I'm not trying to complain. There's a lot. Left my toothbrush and toothpaste there into her water dish because I was trying to rush out because the cleaners were forcing us out of the Airbnb. My starter exploded. I didn't even think about that. Like, of course it's going to expand in the container, so I'm feeling very weak right now, but that's just because I'm so overstimulated and so overwhelmed. Just everything is like, I feel a lot of regret for a lot of decisions that I've made. I need to like get my life back together, and I'm working on it. The logistics and all of this is absolutely insane. Good morning. So last night I fed my starter, and now I am gonna feed it again and have it ready for starting a sourdough loaf today. I just want to kind of reclaim or just claim this space as my own. Kind of be real with you guys, have a little bit of a real talk, because obviously yesterday I was very, very overwhelmed, and I think anybody would be. And I kind of wanted to touch on something that I don't really normally talk about, and I don't like to talk about because, well, there's a lot of different reasons, I guess. I'm neurodivergent, and I don't like to put labels on myself, as you guys may know. I've been diagnosed with autism and potentially ADHD type of things, but I don't focus on that because I don't want to be put into a box, yada, 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 whatever. That's not relevant. It's the fact that there's certain things that I very, very, very much do struggle with, and I don't know how else to explain them without saying that, just to make you guys kind of understand. And I know for certain that a lot of my audience can probably relate to what I'm talking about. So it's either I don't make content and just wait till I feel better, or I make content and explain what's going on, and you guys can potentially relate to it, which is, I think, maybe a better idea. It's the reason that I always say stay extraterrestrial, because I feel very alien. This is Ox's new toy. I feel very alien in this world and how to navigate it. And I know that a lot of my followers feel that way too. So I think of any community, this would be the community to share these types of things with, and let you guys know that it is normal to feel not functioning most of the time, a lot of the time. I'm filming whenever I'm feeling, rather motivated and that I can do it. But most other times in my life, I am overwhelmed or overstimulated. And there's times in my every single day where I'll have 5 hours, maybe 4 or 5 hours where I'm out. I can't function properly. And that doesn't get showed online. And that is part of my experience anyways. And I guess I am sharing my experience, but maybe other people can relate too. I have chemical issues in that way. I am trying to work on them and fix them, and I've been trying to learn so much. Like I said, I am trying to start in a well-future, potentially. And things that I used to be really, really ashamed of because I thought I was a horrible human being. I didn't understand it. No one explained it to me. I was left to cope on my own all the time. And realizing that my brain just works very differently than the way the society is set out. It's not glamorous, and I'm not gonna pretend that it's not something I want to have. I wish I didn't struggle in these ways, and they're silent. They're silent to most people except for me, because I hide them and I mask them. Even on filming and stuff, it's just a big mask, and that's why I can film. That's why I can do this job so well, because that's the whole point of it. You're filming a secluded moment, not your every single waking thing. So that's why relationships are hard. That's why filming is easier. I want to be real with you guys, because if you see my content lately, I've been going through some things. I'm very, very grateful, as I always want to say, I'm very grateful and honored that I can do this job. I can travel because I do like it. I wanted to kind of talk about that just a little bit because I've been going through it, and I can't make sometimes the best content in the world. Can't do the most things. I can't even get ready. I'm not even ready yet today. I have not showered. I just got up, obviously, and I'm just trying to be real. She broke the sticks, but she still got the 2 sticks. Mira. Good girl. So I've had a few issues with people touching and petting Oxo's head and her constantly, which she's friendly and everything, but I don't want her to expect that every person is wanting to pet her and stuff, so I've had to put her vest back on. So people don't really have boundaries. It's crazy. So be careful. Like they'll just like touch her head and just like put their fingers all over her head without even asking me. I just think that's dangerous. And also if anything were to happen, which she's never been aggressive, it would be on me. Like people need to be more aware of that. Talk to you guys a little bit more of the neurodivergent things that make things a little more difficult. And yeah. So I have a little list to look off of. Obviously, sensory overload, dirty spaces, artificial lights, crowds, all the things that you come in contact with while traveling, it takes a big toll. You know, that's stuff that I kind of repress down and just ignore, but it shows up, you know, in possible other ways too that I don't even realize. So I am very monotropic, and I like to say that more than like autism and stuff. If you look up what monotropic is, I hyper-focus on any task I'm doing, whether it be like sourdough or filming, whatever. Like right now, it's really hard for me to film. Hey, no, Oxo, come here. With that, because that's exhausting. Travel breaks that flow up and it's really overwhelming. It causes a lot of emotional fatigue and just fatigue in general. Executive dysfunction, like trains, buses, planes. I like procrastinate in all of the booking of everything. I get it done eventually. Emotional dysregulation from sudden change. I am not good with changes. I have so many changes, more than the average person, and I'm still really bad with them. Cancellations, delays, unexpected weather, lack of control, they trigger overwhelming panic and despair. So I'm like feeling all of these things while having to also deal with what has happened. So I'm really emotionally zonked all the time. Decision fatigue, too many small decisions, routes, what to carry, what to discard, packing, unpacking, and I kind of spiral into like paralysis or meltdowns sometimes where I'm just family coming here. Good girl, you're so good. You're such a good girl. Yeah, you can have a stick. Have a stick. No stable base, that is a huge one. So I have no nervous system safety at all. Constant movement, which is why I always try to get like an Airbnb or a space where I can like try and decompress. And if someone like interrupts that too, I just kind of like, it makes things very difficult if I don't have that time and space to be able to like regulate myself. There's the sensory overload with Oxo as well, which, you know, obviously I love her to pieces and I wouldn't change a thing. She is an amazing dog, but obviously it adds a lot of unpredictable demands and anxiety because, you know, traveling in itself is already quite exhausting, and then having a high energy breed dog, but also just a dog traveling is so much more expensive. There's a lot more places you can't go. So I'm still adjusting to all of that, but she also helps me in a way too. So when I am in like a shutdown or something, she makes it so I kind of have to just get out of it and take her on a walk. I have a difficulty filtering information. High input environments like stations, new towns, and route planning, it feels very chaotic and it feels like my whole brain is just being yelled at, and it's very hard for me to focus sometimes. You know, I get through all these things. I'm well traveled, I've done this a lot, but this is why I need a space to like regulate in, because after this I just fall apart. So I know how to get through it in the moment and I seem just fine, but it takes a toll. And then hyper-awareness of social dynamics, this is a huge one. I'm constantly trying to read people's energy because everything is very manual for me. I'm trying to like read situations, safety, even with relationships and stuff. And I'd say emotional flashbacks from the past and ruminating really, really hit me. Abandonment, loneliness, it triggers severe emotional floods, which kind of puts me into like a bit of a panic. And since I travel so much and I have traveled and had some not so great times, you know, it's hard for me to go back to those places, but I do try to reclaim them. We're like hauling everything yesterday and then going to Sainsbury's and Holland & Barrett to get got some new coffee. New place, new coffee. This is all nice and risen now to make some bread with. And I got a mixing bowl for £2. I love the little corner stores everywhere. And then I had to throw away all my ingredients. So like baking soda, vanilla, baking powder, pepper, salt, all that stuff I have to re-get. Someday I won't have to do that. Just my little baby. My little baby. Yes, we had a nice walk, didn't we? All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and make this loaf and show you if it turns out. The next location I'm going, I'm not gonna be able to bring any of this stuff. I have to really get rid of literally everything. I'm finally starting to see that it's okay to function differently and to struggle even visibly. There's no guidebook for life, and I'm giving up. Not on life, on the performance of it. I'm done trying to be someone. done trying to curate content that's supposed to be raw, not polished. This is life. I'm here, I'm struggling, and I'm showing up. So no, I'm not a travel influencer, and I think you'll probably be disappointed if you think that that's what this is. I'm just a neurodivergent girl with a soft heart I'm really trying not to harden, and a dog who was abandoned before she even had a name. But she's teaching me how to stay, how to show up anyway, and how to write the story ourselves. We will not be abandoned again, because life is here, and somehow it's still very, very much in us. This one, I'm pretty sure it got overproofed because it was really warm in here, and I just threw it in, so I don't know how it's going to be. Okay, not bad. See, whenever I put it in, it was just flopped because it was overproofed. So I just threw it in real fast so it could start cooking right away. But it kind of just, that's why that's there. First loaf in this place, more symbolic than anything. I shouldn't be eating so much bread anyways. You know, life is going to be okay. If you need that, it's okay to feel life because that's what makes you alive. If you don't feel things, you won't feel alive. You have to experience bad things to feel good things, and good things to feel bad things. And I'm going to be okay, and I'm going to keep trying to grow and learn lessons from any mistakes I made. It's not about perfection, it's about trying over and over and over. Stay extraterrestrial, and I'll see you